We have a packed January, guys, and we're covering concerts and comedy and winter festivals and sports. And we're starting with a new restaurant feature section right off rip. Mostly just because I really like this restaurant. I really like what they're doing. My name is Mike Perna, local real estate agent here in Metro Detroit. I'd be honored to get the call to help you and your family find your next home or sell your current one. And don't forget to subscribe. We drop new videos every week. Moving on, Frame Bar in Hazel Park is hosting what they call Frame Dinners, and they're having a special chef in for a limited time, and this one's super limited. Theme chef Michael Brauer is putting on a Harry Potter themed dinner, and dress up is highly encouraged. You definitely need a cloak for this one. It's $75 per person, and tickets are sold in pairs up to 8. The menu this year for the Hogwarts start of the school year is the Chamber of Secrets Leaky Cauldron, aka a potato leek soup with smoked bacon, aged cheddar, and dill. I'm not gonna try that because I'm not a potato fan personally. The Cursed Child Fish Finger Sandwich, which is fried cod, spicy pickle on a crispy roll. The main entree is the Philosopher's Stone braised beef short rib, chicken drums, maple brown sugar, sausage, and Brussels sprouts. The finish is the Prisoner of Azkaban Honeyduke's chocolate. It's a dark chocolate ganache tart, butterbeer glazed almonds, and let me know if you like this segment with a thumbs up or shoot me some feedback in a comment on how to make it better. I really like this one and I want to crush it. I want to feature one new restaurant each and every month. Let's get to music. Now, music in January for Metro Detroit is a little on the sparse side, but that's okay. We've got some good acts coming. Number 1, on January 5th, at the Majestic Theater, we've got Story of the Year. And fun fact, they are known for their energetic live performances. Story of the Year first gained fame with their debut album, Page Avenue. And still a fan favorite, everybody knows the lines. This band is known for their acrobatic stage presence, often doing backflips and other stunts during their shows, which is, that's kind of fun. Kind of reminds me of like a very 21 Pilots kind of vibe. Next up, I've got Madonna coming January 15th at Little Caesars Arena. Madonna is the queen of pop, known for continuously reinventing both herself, her music, and her image, and for maintaining autonomy within the record industry, which I know is very hard to do. A lot of these record labels like to control these people, but she was able to break out. Her biggest hits include Like a Virgin, Vogue, and Material Girl, which have become anthems across generations. Next up, I've got G-Love and the Special Sauce. Now, this band's known for the unique blend of blues, R&B, and rap, creating a distinctive sound that captivated fans since the 90s. Their hit Cold Beverage is celebrated for its laid-back vibe and catchy rhythm. G-Love himself is renowned for his harmonica skills, adding a bluesy touch to their music. Big Head Todd and the Monsters is coming January 21st to St. Andrews Hall. I'm not going to be here for the show because I don't particularly like them, but if you do, go to St. Andrews Hall. So these guys are from Colorado. I knew I didn't like them, and this band blends rock, folk, and blues into their music, creating a super unique sound. Their hit song, Bittersweet, which was not that big of a hit, is a fan favorite by both fans and showcases their ability to blend soulful lyrics with rock melodies. Their band is known for their extensive touring, and even though they've been touring extensively for over 25 years, they really haven't built much of a fan base. So, there's that. Okay, I'm gonna stop ripping on Big Head Todd and the Monsters. I'm sure they're great. Moving on to comedy, Chris Tucker's coming January 12th to the Fox Theater. Chris Tucker's not only a comedian, but he's also an actor, best known for his role as Detective James Carter in the Rush Hour film series. His high-pitched voice and fast-paced delivery are his signature elements of his comedic style. Tucker's also involved in a lot of philanthropy, showcasing his commitment to making a positive impact off the stage. Also on January 12th, over at the Soundboard Theater, we've got Cedric the Entertainer. Cedric's known for his roles in the Barbershop film series and the sitcom The Steve Harvey Show. His stage name, The Entertainer, aptly describes his versatile talents, including acting, comedy, hosting, and he sings a little bit too. He's also a voice actor, lending his voice to characters in animated films like Madagascar. This one I'm not going to miss, David Spade to the Royal Oak Music Theater January 13th. So David Spade gained fame as a cast member on Saturday Night Live and for his role in Just Shoot Me. Known for his sarcastic and witty humor, Spade has a unique style that resonates with a wide audience. Apart from comedy, Spade's also an accomplished writer and producer, contributing to various projects, and most importantly, was in one of my favorite movies, not the lead, in the movie PCU, which also happens to feature George Clinton as a musical talent. Go figure, who's from Detroit. We love him. He lives out by Flint, I think. Let's talk winter festivals in Metro Detroit. So the 2024 Fire and Ice Festival in Rochester runs January 19th and 20th right downtown. There are going to be a ton of incredible ice sculptures along Main Street. You can go ice skating at the rink, you can try snowshoeing, and head out for some exercise with some cross-country skiing. You can also enjoy the fireworks, food trucks, and more. This is a great family-friendly event. Yeah, it's one of my favorites every January. Winterfest at Pier Park and Grosse Pointe includes a petting farm, ice carving demonstrations, ice skating, food trucks, putt-putt golf, live entertainment, and more. Next up, I've got the Novi Home and Garden Show at the Suburban Collection Showplace over in Novi. There are going to be a ton of vendors there. Like, this thing actually gets pretty packed. You can learn new tips and tricks to remodel and design your home, both interior and exterior. You can talk to local home improvement specialists, designers, see the latest trends, and it's one of the best things to do in January, especially if it's like a cold and crappy day. This is all inside, which is great. great. Next up, and this one I really love going to, is the 2024 Detroit Boat Show, featuring hundreds of new boats, motors, accessories, and more. There's a lot of stuff there for purchase, and there's also some concept boats and things that'll be coming out in the future. There are going to be fishing boats and ski boats and inflatables and kayaks and even antique boats for show. All right, next up, and this one I'm definitely going to see, we're going to talk about Broadway in Detroit. The first one is the Champions of Magic, running January 20th and 21st at the Fisher Theater. The Fisher itself is just iconic and gorgeous, but this thing is going to be 5 magicians live doing all kinds of tricks. It's really cool. These guys come in from Vegas once a year. They do a phenomenal job. But my go-to is going to be Wicked at the Detroit Opera House, running January 24th to February 18th. If you haven't seen Wicked, it's amazing. It's the Wicked Witch of the West before the house gets dropped on her. And as it turns out, spoiler alert, she's a good person. We like her. She's green, but she's good, right? That's how that goes. We've got the last of the lights here in Metro Detroit. They haven't come down quite yet, so if you want to go catch the lights one more time, I'm going to rattle these off real quick. The Detroit Zoo Wild Lights is running through January 7th. It's $17 to $75 per person, depending on the package, and the parking pass is $8. And the Detroit Zoo is even more magical during the winter with the sparkling lights and the Christmas entertainments. If you haven't been yet, go. There are millions of LED lights set up throughout the entire zoo. Next up, I've got Bowers Farm, including snow tubing, and it has a ton of comfort foods and entertainment and some animal experience as well, because it's an actual working farm. And last up, the Big Bright Light Show. Those lights come down again on January 7th, and if you haven't had a chance to scope it out, definitely scope it out. This is something I go to a couple of times a year. Plus, it's got some great local shops, and check out Dessert Oasis, one of the best coffee grinders and coffee roasters in all of Metro Detroit. My personal favorite. Love it there. Now let's talk Detroit sports, and I cannot do anything but start with the Lions because, you know, they're having such a great year, and we love the Lions. We've always loved the Lions. We are not fair weather fans here in Detroit. We are always fans, everyday fans. It's who we are. So January 7th, the Lions are hosting the Vikings, and what does this mean? Probably nothing. Going into it, we are number 1 in the NFC North as long as the Vikings and Packers don't come out of nowhere with a whole slew of wins, which is not likely because they're not great. We're going to the playoffs, and we got that one in the bag. Now, once we're there, that's a little bit of a different story. So I got to ask you, where do you see the Lions ending this year's run? Go ahead and comment it down there. Personally, I see them crushing the wild card game, but also losing in the divisional round and frankly just getting knocked out. Wherever the end of the road is, let's be honest, guys, these guys rocked it. The Pistons have a couple home games coming up in January, coming off the worst record in the league last year at 17-65. This year, they're still frankly lackluster, but love going to the games. So we're not fair weather fans here either. Home games are as follows. So we're hosting the Kings on January 9th, and I'm a realist, we'll probably not win. On the 10th, we've got the Spurs, and the 12th, we've got the Rockets, and the 17th, we've got the Timberwolves. On the 20th and 22nd, we've got the Bucks. On the 24th, we're hosting the Hornets, the Wizards on the 27th, and the Thunder on the 28th. Ticket prices for the Pistons are super reasonable. It's a great way to be a part of downtown Detroit. So the Wings have 7 home games in January, and they're doing pretty all right this season. Not wonderful, but all right. They're having the Edmonton Oilers in on January 11th, which is also my father's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad, for their annual whooping. Next up are the Kings here on the 13th, and way over on the 21st, we've got the Lightning, and then they're staying here to host the Stars on the 23rd. Rounding out the month, we've got the Flyers on the 25th, and then the Golden Knights on the 27th, finishing up against the Senators here in Detroit on the 31st. And that game with the Senators, I think we're going to actually do pretty okay. So all the hype this year has been focused on the Lions, but don't forget, guys, we've got opening day not too far away, just a couple months down the road, and an okay Wings team this year. So don't lose the faith. We're not just like a one-hit wonder with the Lions. We're definitely progressing and getting back. I mean, let's face it, the Pistons have nowhere to go but up. Worst record last year, nowhere to go but up. My name is Mike Perna. This is all the things to do in January. Don't forget to subscribe. If I could help you purchase a home, I would love to get that call. I'd be honored to get that call and help your family, and I will see you on the next video.